to thank you for coming and joining me today. I first moved and I relocated to another area. I was through your process. The care that you can get out of it as well. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Happy Life, Better Life. Thank you for joining me again. Today we're still in our series on getting your mojo back, okay? And today I believe it's like day 11. And this is the second week of this journey. I don't know how you've been feeling. I feel like, if I'm honest, I feel like the second week has been a little bit more difficult than the first week. Just in getting things regulated and doing things at a certain time. So if you've been having a little bit of a struggle, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's quite all right. So I really want to just jump right into it today. But first, I want to thank you for commenting. I've been hearing from you guys, and I love it. I want to thank you for encouraging me to continue doing what I'm doing, and for letting me know that it's been helpful for you. That means the world to me. So I really, really appreciate it. That's why I do this. Also, I just wanted to remind you to hit the notification bell, because I've literally been loading up these videos at all different times. And so I wouldn't want you to miss something. And don't forget to, of course, like, subscribe, and, share. Hopefully there's something here that is beneficial or helpful to someone else. So I want to get right into it. We're talking about getting our mojo back, but also these are things that just are helpful for women in their 40s and 50s to consider. I do have some notes here, and I will be looking down at them from time to time, so I want to make you aware of that. So I'm going to give you 3 tips, because this week our focus was on mental well-being. Last week we talked a lot about physical things with eating, exercising, getting moving, the kind of foods we're eating, what we're taking in. So now our focus this week has been on what we're doing for our mental well-being. That said, the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is unplugging. You need to create a room in your home, or either a space during the day, to unplug. And let me tell you what this looks like. This looks like creating what's called an offline room, a place where you have games, books. You can have a retro record player in there, which they're not really so much retro anymore because they're coming back. And there's a lot of new artists now that you can get on vinyl, and you can play that in your secret space away from all the noise. And what I mean by unplugging is coming off of social media, coming off of, all the things that we kind of pack into our day. Also with the television and things like that, like to set a specific time aside to unplug, just to be with your own thoughts. That could be a time when you can journal, something that's supposed to be very therapeutic, which is something I love to do. Go back to doing word puzzles and things like that. Also, some of these things help to offset dementia and Alzheimer's and things like that. I forgot to bring that up, but there is a link between exercising our brains and the foods that we eat that are supposed to be helpful. Our diet and stuff, and our habits and our activities are supposed to be helpful with helping to, kind of stay off, or I would say helpful with preventing dementia and Alzheimer's, which is becoming a very, very big and just common thing today. So many relatives, so many people, that I know. So exercising your brain and doing things that are good for your brain. You've probably seen the adult coloring books with all the patterns and things in them. those are supposed to be really, really good for relaxing, putting your mind in a peaceful place, and also the hand and eye coordination and doing different things. It's supposed to be very good and therapeutic for us. So, yes, you can have some of these things along with your board games and puzzles. A lot of people like to do puzzles, and sometimes they get puzzles with like 500 to 1,000 pieces, and they sit there and work on it with other family or other people. These are things that are very therapeutic for you. I like to paint. So if you would like to put canvases in there and have some paint in there, and don't even stress yourself about whatever it is that you're making, just do the work. Just go ahead and just relax with it and see what you create and see what you come up with. As well as, I can't forget, like knitting and crocheting. I did a crocheting group with a bunch of women at the church that I went to, and it's funny because when I was living in the city, I used to have dreams about that I was doing crocheting with women, and we were just talking and sharing, and it was such a great time. Like, I would have these dreams about it. And then lo and behold, when I moved and moved up to the mountains and stuff like that, there was actually a group at the church that I was attending at that time, and that's what they did. So I learned how to crochet a little bit. I used to always say my crochet looked like somebody who was extremely stressed did it. I didn't have the perfect lines and the perfect circles, but I had fun. I had fun, and that was the important part. So yes, create a time and a space um, in your life. If you can dedicate a whole room to unplugging, that would be wonderful. If you have an extra room where you can do that and you can unplug. If not, then just set aside a certain time of the day or a certain time of the week where you come away and that's what you do, because that's for your own mental well being. The second thing I would like to talk about is just slowing down. Slowing down. Sometimes we're invited to things and we feel like we have to say yes to everything. We don't want to offend people. We don't want to, feel like, oh, well, they came to something I had, so now I have to return the favor. Yeah, sometimes that stuff is good to do. It's etiquette and all. But then there are times when you just need to slow down. You need your own space. You need your own time. And I want you to prioritize that time by doing the things that you really want to do. Sometimes there are certain people that we just love being around, that we just love talking to. Um, Lately, I've been reaching out to some women who have been in my life for years. They were actually friends of my Aunt Mary, who passed a couple years ago. But these are women with such like big personalities in a good way, not, not like in a loud, disruptive way. One of them, she's a teacher, and she was a teacher at a college. And so anytime she's talking to you, she's teaching you something, you know. Um, she was constantly correcting me on saying, don't say that you want to do that thing. Say you're going to do it. Speak it like it's already done. Do it. The same things I share with you guys. She would talk a lot about not having a scarcity mindset, and she believes in empowering um, people, especially people of color and especially women, to pursue writing and careers and stuff like that. And so it just so happened that when I was talking to her, I still had I was putting my works into motion. So I have 4 books. 2 are children's books and 2 are for adults. And I've already published them, but now I'm waiting to. It takes a couple of weeks for them to print them and send them to you and give you copies. Sorry, I'm a little itchy today. And so I'm waiting to get those copies in my hands so I can hold them and see them. And I'm really, really, really excited about it. But she was even pushing me, forward in that. And then the other friend is just someone. She's 69, but she looks amazing. You would not think she was 69. I mean, she has her gray and all of that, but she's so beautiful, and her personality is so vibrant. And she fought cancer a little while ago, and I didn't know that until I saw her like a month ago. And so we were catching up, and this woman, let me tell you, she will make you laugh till you cry. I love being around people who fill me with energy in that way, you know. People always say about me that I have like a calming presence. And they'll say, oh, Tasha, I just feel like I can talk to you about anything. And I can be funny, but I'm not as funny as I would like to be. But this person, oh my gosh, she just makes me laugh all the time. And we were sharing about things, and she was sharing with me about being in the dating world, trying online dating in her 60s and stuff. And it was just such a great conversation, and we laughed so much. I said, I have to interview her and put her on my channel, because I love, like I say, I love talking to her. And the same way she inspires me, I'm sure she would inspire you too. So we talked about slowing it down and spending time doing the things that you want to do, and also being with the people who are like a happy place for you. That's important. Um, we have people that just kind of bring joy to our lives. So that's so good to do, to take the time to be with them. Also, you could be someone who likes thrifting. You like going to rummage sales and things like that. And if that's how you like to spend your time, then hey, do that. You know, get together with somebody else who likes to do that too. And, you know, go rummaging early in the morning. Most of the people I know in my area who do it, they're out there like 7 o'clock. They're out there like 7 o'clock in the morning getting it in. And then they go and do a nice lunch around 11 or 12. And then they go back home for the day. But they are feeling happy and fulfilled even in just doing that. So, you know, take time to slow down and do the things that make you happy. The last thing on this list is to let ish go. I'm not cursing, but if I were to curse, I would say, you know, let stuff go. Let stuff go. Stop holding on to things. Stop holding on to things against your ex. Stop holding on to things against your parents. Stop holding on to things against people that you feel like disappointed you or weren't there for you. Don't hold on to that negativity. You need to let it go, because in the end, it only really serves to weigh you down. And you'll find that when you release these people and when you release these things, you will feel so much better. Listen, holding on to things and becoming bitter, bitterness will impact your bitterness will impact your life and your health. Bitterness can turn into cancer, you know. Bitterness can turn into stomach issues and things like that. You don't need that. You don't need that. So just let people go. And sometimes, guess what? You need to let yourself go. I've talked to women. I know that sometimes when they're going through divorce and separation and stuff like that, they will blame themselves. And sometimes in situations, maybe you did contribute to it, but you know what you can do? You can always go back and you can always say, you know what? I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sorry that that happened. You can apologize. You can try to fix it. And maybe some things are beyond your fixing. Well, then guess what? Learn from that. Learn from it. Grow from it. Be a better person and move on. Move on. Don't just repeat the same mistakes, okay? So, in the meantime, this is day 11, I believe, in getting our mojo back. This is our second week. So I just want you to continue on in strength. Whatever mistakes you made, just pick yourself back up and just keep on going, keep on moving. So I hope that something I've said today has been helpful. Please share in the comments. And I want to say just thank you for spending this time. And you know, as always, I want you to live a happy life and a better life.